So I guess when you're thinking about, the big question that we always hear about is like, is now AI going to replace the human pen tester? Do you think that is actually a possibility one day, or is it like still going to be human in the loop, like kind of how we've all been talking about, at least in recent times? How far away is it that pen testers will be losing their jobs?
I think the answer cynically is going to be it depends on the person more than it depends on the AI.
Hmm.
Right. Like there's a lot of people in industry that I know you've worked with and I know you've met who are effectively doing the same things that AI is capable of right now, right? They're running a methodology, they're running a process, they're executing a series of steps. They're saying, does this match up according to what OWASP top 10 tells me I'm supposed to care about? Does this line up with what, whatever methodology you want to put in there? Does it line up with what I did? And then call that good and say like, this was a good pen test. And I think those jobs will be replaced fast, actually. I think the
Yeah.
market's already very much so aligning towards that, where we're seeing customers very excited about $5,000, $6,000 app pen test and a replacement of a real pen test, right? Specifically for that reason, because there's a lot of that on the market, right? This whatever. At the higher levels, though, I think that a human operated or human assisted AI, somebody who knows how to leverage both the reasoning and the ability to kind of see past the data and whatnot, that individual is going to most likely be AI in the long run. And I think it's going to be a combination of that, AI person. I heard a quote that said AI is not going to replace your job, but the person who understands AI better than you will. Right. And I think that's actually that's probably the most real risk at the moment for a lot of individuals. But that sort of paper pushery type of low level, nobody really like doing it sort of work anyways. Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that stuff slowly get removed off the plate.
Yeah, and I guess that's a great segue into building the next generation of hackers. Like, what does that mean for somebody that is just getting into this industry and say wants to be a pen tester or, work in consulting or those types of fields? How does somebody just getting started, like in school, or maybe they're not even in school yet, like what should they start thinking about now so that they can plan out their future?
The first thing I'll say, like, because I have kids, right? Is I tell them they got to learn how to use AI and
Yes.
how to use that,
Yep.
how to use that well.
Yep.
What does it mean beyond a prompt? Why does a prompt work? What does RAG offer you? Like all these different, like, we'll call them decision points today. How do we leverage that in order to create a product or create something together with AI? I think is the first most important thing I would tell my kids to go. But it's not the most important thing. I think the most important thing is how to reason and how, I don't want to say like we need to go back to like classical philosophy and like Aristotle and logic, right? But like how things are true, how proof and evidence, how you're able to think through complicated problems to solve things in ways that other people haven't sort of framed. I think those are going to be the key distinguishing pieces of what make you successful in the cybersecurity as a security engineer or a pen tester or whatever. I think like that true hacker curiosity has to come back, and it has to be like a forefront of your mind, that not something that's like, it's cool if you do it, it's cool if you don't. I think it's the heart of what
Yeah.
we're really trying to do is that all systems create problems, right? Whether we're using AI for defense or for offense, is sort of irrelevant, I think, to that. I think that human systems, by their very design, even human-enabled AI systems, they're going to have weaknesses. They're going to have flaws. They're going to have ways to outthink through the problems. And that creative, that sort of passionate curiosity of like, we used to call it that killer instinct of like, how do I get it to do the things it's not supposed to do? Like, I think that's going to be the forefront of what you need in order to be a successful security engineer, offensive security engineer moving forward.
Yeah, and you've been on the forefront of building the next generation of hackers, right? You've been running CactusCon for a long time now. Can you talk a little bit about kind of the evolution of CactusCon and maybe what you're thinking about how that evolves in the future?